Good morning. What are y'all doing? What is y'all doing? A lot of updates, a lot of updates, a lot of updates. So come on in, 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 come on in. Good morning. Oh my God, it's raining today. We already had where it rains so much in the summertime. And now we still in the summer. I don't think a lot of people know that fall do not start until a little bit like September 21st, 22nd, but we're actually still in the fall time as of now. We have not made it into fall season, but we had it there. We definitely had it there. We're still in the summertime. Um, and my birthday is in a few days. I think I got like 4 days. So we're on the 8th. My birthday is on the 12th. So my birthday is in 4 days. I'm super excited. Not just to celebrate and everything, but just to make another year. Every year I'm excited for it. I'm grateful for it. And I think the older you get, the more you appreciate just experience over the fun. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the experience of the birthday. I'm not sure what I want to do or whatever. I already told y'all what I like to do. I always go to this buffet, and really I get down at that buffet. I really do. My son. So we went to the doctor or whatever. And when we first got there, um it was a nurse that was a little mean, a little rude, and sometimes that could rub you off the wrong way because she is the face. I mean, I feel like the first person, so whoever registered you first or whatever, take your information, that is the person, but also the person who you first see is the way you get the vibe of the hospital. The nurse that we experienced, the first nurse or whatever, it was actually two. I don't know if one was a student or not, but I know that she was rude. She was very rude. She was all like she ain't have a lot of experience with kids. She was all like, don't touch that, don't touch this, get over here, this. So she was a little bit rude because when you have kids, you supposed to be up, and especially working in the public, you have to be pleasant, and she wasn't pleasant. And it was crazy because she was the face of the hospital, and like I said, that would have turned you off because that's the first person you really do get a chance to see. What was crazy about that situation though was that what was crazy about the situation, when we got in the back, the nurses and the doctors that was back, that was so nice. They were so pleasant. Even the administrative staff who had to come and register us was so sweet. um that was crazy. So the person that was actually in the front of the hospital, I feel like she should have been in the back of the hospital, because when I'm going in, I'm getting this experience. Hey, make sure you say hey, make sure you say hey, hit the like button on the way in. Good morning. The person that was in the back should have been in the front, and the person that was in the front should have actually been in the back. So they started doing all these things with his foot. They asked him, they tickling the foot, they going down, they pressing it. They asked him, do it feel like ants? What does it feel like? This, that. They basically looking at the foot and saying that it does not look broke. But he had an x-ray and his toe is actually broke. So it was a little bit crazy that my baby toe broke. My baby toe is actually broke. I thought that it was a little sprung or whatever, a little hurt, a little sore, but never did I think that it was broken. What was crazy about that situation is because we was in a hospital that is mainly, I would say mainly for adults, because they didn't have her. I go to hospitals where they have separate emergency rooms for the children and the youth. they did not have a separate emergency room for the children and the youth. They was combined. So even though he wound up with a broken toe, they did not have what they called it, a boot or whatever kind of hard shoe this was. They did not have one for him. The smallest they had was an adult size 8. That was way too big for his. He had kid feet, and his kid foot is a 6.5, so that was way too big for his foot. So he wound up not getting the boot. So they actually gave me a number to call their like um orthopedic um special specialty, and I did call them or whatever, and they told me that the first appointment they could get him in was October 10th. And I'm looking like, if y'all service both kid and adult, if y'all is in service of the juveniles, then y'all should have things also for the juveniles, or you should turn us away and tell us we don't serve them, because if somebody do come in with a broken foot, a broken toe, then y'all don't have what they need. So we wind up, I feel like I knew that his foot was hurt. I did not know to what extent, but it was a complete waste of time because they wind up not giving us a shoe at all. And even the specialty people couldn't get us in and give us a boot. So he wound up with a boot. They told us that they felt like, it happened before Mondays because it was healing. First of all, I said that this is a kid, so kids heal a little bit quicker than adults. The younger you is, the easier it is for your body to heal itself. So they was basically saying, although it's broke, they call it a fracture. Also, although it's fractured, we feel like he will be okay if he wear hard bottom shoes. So that was 2 days ago. For the 2 days he did not wear gym shoes at all. They said they didn't want him to run on it or whatever. I'm looking like, y'all didn't even give us the boot, so now y'all want to tell us what to do. But anyhow, I don't want him to run on it either, because I don't want him further injured or anything like that. But today was gym for him, and I saw him put on his gym shoes. I'm like, what are you doing? Because he's supposed to be wearing some like hard sandals. So he has some hard sandals or whatever. Still not the boot. But he put on that gym shoe. I'm like, wait a minute, do your feet hurt? And at first I was a little bit confused why he wanted to put on the gym shoe. Then he like, oh, it's gym. I'm like, no, you're not supposed to run and whatever. He like, why not? I'm like, because your toe is broke. And he like, no, they don't know what they talking about. And I'm like, no, boy, you cannot go run. You cannot go run. And this boy insists that he was going to be running today at gym. So I hope that he do not injure himself. He is such a boy. And that's why his toe is kind of broke anyhow, because I'm like, how did you break your toe in a bouncy house? He said, well, he hopped off. So the bouncy house, some bouncy houses, not just bouncy house. Some of them also have like slides on and things that you can climb. They got like extra little stuff. So he told me he jumped down off the sliding board off the bouncy house onto the ground. So with him being such a boy, that concerns me a little bit, because he can't, gym is everybody's favorite, especially when you're in grammar school. People love to go to gym. I loved it to go to gym. Outside of the exercising part, I liked it dodgeball. I liked it double dutch rope. It was so many things that you can do once them exercises was over. And once they was over, I had the time of my life in gym, especially as a kid. So I understand that it might be a fun experience, but I still don't want him to be hurt further, because he already hurt. And My mama loved to tell me, I ain't never had no kid break this or break that, break that. I'm like, this so since he my youngest, I'm like, boy, I can't even let you go ahead and grow up and say I ain't never had a child to break this or break that. But you done broke your toe. You done broke your big toe on the right side of your foot. And they didn't not have the proper shoe to give you after you broke it. After we sat in the emergency room for like 3-4 hours. So they already kind of knew that they could let us go. They did give them some COVID tests too. The COVID test was cool. My daughter did not have COVID. My son did not have COVID. Nobody had COVID. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. That's a blessing. First of all, that in itself is a blessing. We don't want nobody's COVID. So that was a blessing. I was glad that they took it. I'd be hating to come home and feel like I could have did a little bit more, because I even think I could have did a little more in the medical department. But when I did leave and come home, I was happy that they had got the test for that, even though in the change of the weather, because even though we haven't made it into fall, it's trying to change up and into fall. So they usually is sick of with the changing of the weather. They really do. So I was happy to hear that they had regular colds, that it was nothing major. The body was going to run its course on, knock it out, and they did not have COVID, either one. So my daughter was free to go back to school. I really did like that. Another update on life. So my son, this is my oldest son. He did get his first check. He still has not get that second one. So I will be showing up and showing out at the place today, because you're not gonna do my 13-year-old like that. And I'm just not gonna have you playing like that with them. No, we ain't gonna be able to have that. So it been over a month. Plus, school has already started back. I was already feeling like he should have got it. He did not get his first one until school started, and he didn't get the second one at all. I don't know why, but I will be showing up advocating for my baby, because he is a baby. He's a minor, and I am his spokesperson, so I will be going to speak up about that today. You cannot get a lot of things done over the phone. Sometimes you have to actually go in person to be personable, to let them know that you a person, that you is not 1-829. Okay, so we is no longer 1-829. I am now a person, so I will be showing up and speaking with them about it. I really will, and seeing what they think. Is it raining in y'all area right now? It was really, really raining bad earlier. I think it's a little mild right now, but what's the weather like? What's the weather like where y'all at? What's the weather like? It wasn't cold. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hey, Miss Lisa. Is it raining where you at? Look, I had so much updates to tell you. Let me tell you. My son, first of all, how you doing? How you doing? What's up? Oh, it's raining here. So we went to the doctor, and my son's toe is broke. His big toe is fractured. It's not rain here. Yes, it's raining here. It was trying to storm a little earlier, a lot. It's hot and sunny. I love that. Get these few days of good old summer out the way. Love and miss you too. That's why I say I'm gonna be coming back more than ever. Look, I couldn't yesterday, but I'm back today. My son's toe is broke. He had gym today. I am great. Thank you for asking. You're welcome. My son had gym today. He went ahead and slid his gym shoes on. And I'm like, boy, what you doing? Your toe broke. You cannot play gym. He like, I'm going to play gym. Yeah, it's broke. And so the doctor wanted, they after they gave him all these little manual tests or whatever, they not an x-ray machine, but they wanted to say it didn't look broken, all of this. When they put the X-ray machine on, it was broke. But then they tried to say, well, we think it didn't happen Monday. We think it happened because it's healing already. And if it would have happened Monday, it'd still be bruised. Listen, if my son toe would have been broken before Monday, I would have brought him before Monday. I would have brought him. So don't try to tell me when his broke toe happened. I said it happened Monday. He's still walking around like, I mean, he doing this little limp, but they didn't. So the emergency room did not have a boot for him. They sent us to a specialist that told us that we can't get in there till October 10th. So we sat in the emergency room all that time for them to tell us that he should just wear hard bottoms and not put pressure on it. Because this hospital mainly deal with adults, mainly because they still deal with kids. Like, I done been there for kids stuff a lot, but the emergency room department is not separate, and I usually go to hospitals with separate emergency room. They did not have a boot for him. And I'm looking like, how y'all gonna say y'all servicing kids, and then when the kids actually need to be serviced, y'all don't have what they need. So he didn't get his special little broke foot wear. Okay, they talking about if this would have happened on Monday, then it'll still be bruised. Now, this is a kid. Kids heal different from adults. So when I even saw it, what I saw happen, um, the boot is so heavy, girl, but they ain't even have one in his size because they only had an adult 8 as the smallest size. But listen, he broke his foot. He need that experience. You know what I'm saying? They cheated him out his experience with the boot. That's what I'm saying. They cheated my baby out his experience. They really did. I want him to exit. He got a broke toe. He might as well get the experience with the boot. So I feel like they cheated him. I really do. So yeah, they said I'm like, so kids heal a lot different than adults. I feel like when I saw his toe on Monday, it looked different from Tuesday to Wednesday. His toe it's healing good. Like the first day I was touching it, trying to clean it, everything, it was so purple, so pink. It was swollen. The next day it had went down a lot. Not always, but it went down a lot. So they tried to tell me when he did it. When I know when he did it. Because if he... Girl, you are fine. I ain't playing. Girl, if he had a did it some weeks ago, as they trying, or a week ago, whenever my son would have got hurt, I would have made sure that he was getting to that hospital. I wouldn't have waited. I would not have, like, getting your body hurt, and that is top notch. We go into this just like we did that day. I would not have sat and waited to see how many weeks the toe was gonna be hurt. He wouldn't have liked carrying the boot, girl. Trust me. I know he wouldn't have liked it, but you know what I'm saying? Since I didn't get him the experience. So since he actually have a broke toe, I wanted him to be able to have the experience of, I know he wasn't gonna like it, but I would just, they like, well, we don't have one. We're gonna send you to a specialist. Specialist said we don't have no appointments till October 10th. The only way I'll be able to get him a boot if I go to another emergency room, basically. They like, just keep it clean. And keep get him some, like, they told me some heavy sole bottoms, like open toes. So he was wearing his sandals for 2 days, but today was gym. Right. Today was gym. So I'm like, what you doing with them gym shoes? He like, today gym. I'm like, you can't wear no gym shoes. You're not supposed to run. They said no running. I got paperwork that said tell the school that he's not supposed to put pressure on it. He's not supposed to do no running. It's not supposed to be none none strain your wrist, you know. I can't even get the word out. But he not supposed to have no pressure on that toe. He said, no, they ain't give me no boost, so I don't know. They don't even know what they talking about. I'm going to go ahead and play at gym. When he was in a bouncy house, so bouncy houses is not just bouncy house. They got, some of them got, the one we got, it got a slide on it. So the one we had, it got a slide on it. So I said, how did you break your toe? He said when he was going down the slide board, he's supposed to went down the slide board. He didn't do that. He got up to the top and he jumped onto the grass. So this is how he broke his toe. So of course he was not gonna miss gym. He put on them shoes and baby, he gonna forget that toe even hurt. He gonna really forget that toe even hurt. So today is gym. We gonna see if he come back sore. I don't know, because at the rate he healing, they gonna tell me in a minute they don't never believe his toe was broke. Even though I got, like I said, he had the x-ray or whatever, I got the paperwork say it's a fractured toe. No crutches was getting, they didn't give him anything. They gave us we so sorry. They said they was gonna send him to a specialist, and the specialist I did call. They didn't make the appointment for the specialist. I had to make the appointment for the specialist or whatever. It's October 10th. They didn't give him anything but a lollipop. That's what they gave him. They gave him some freeze pops. They gave him some freeze pops. That's what they gave him. Wow, right? So they said because they didn't they mainly deal with a dose. They did not have no they was calling other emergency room. They was calling all around or whatever. They said, well, this is what they said. I don't know why. I was in the room, so I didn't get a chance. But what they told me was they was calling around looking for a boot his size. They even came back like, what size he wear? I'm like, he wears 6.5. They're like, okay, we're gonna find him one. No, baby, they did not find him a boot. They came back with a big old 8.5. And I'm like, well, just give us that. They like, oh no, we can't give you this because this one way too big. This a tripping hazard. Yeah, lollipop / freeze pop. What is that gonna do? That was supposed to soothe him, girl, for a little minute, I guess. I even got a whole little couple of videos where I was showing what he was doing, like how they gave the freeze pop, whatever. The first nurse that we encountered was so evil, so mean. She was like, don't do this, don't do that, don't touch this. I felt like she shouldn't have even been working there, and if she was, she should have been in the back, because the people that was in the back was so nice, so kind. And her, especially with kids, you cannot be like that. You got to be gentle. Where your gentle being? I know you used to dealing with adults, because it looked like mainly adults came there, but they did have 2 kid rooms. They did. So they deal with kids too. But she was so mean. I'm like, well, you got to calm down. You got to calm down. Like, don't do that. Don't touch that. Get over here. Okay, I want to get your height. Like, she wanted him to be adult, but this not an adult. This is a kid. So he gonna do kid stuff. Yes, they didn't give him no crutches. I ain't even know he's supposed to have no crutches. I just know he's supposed to have a boot. And they ain't had one for him. They did not have one for him. And I told them, like, give him the 8. They said it was a tripping hazard, so no. It was, girl, she was so mean. She was so mean. She was like, no, I need to check your weight now. So he get on that. She like, no, get off there and wait till it go on 0. He got off there and wait till 0. She like, okay, let's check your height. I guess he wasn't standing straight enough. She like, no, you got to put your feet down. So he tried to put his feet down. So he wanted to plug up his phone. you know, kids want to play on their games. They could be sick as ever. And if they got a device or whatever that he wanted to plug it up for, it wouldn't die. And she like, no, you can't plug that up in here. You can wait till you get. I'm like, Kamari, just wait. Don't touch nothing. Please don't touch nothing. So mean. So mean. I felt like she should, because that's the representative of the hospital, the first one you get. It was so crazy. I felt like she should have been in the back. They should have had her here. That should not be the first person you meet. Not kid friendly at all. So the nurse wasn't kid friendly. The hospital ain't kid friendly, because if a kid break their toe, they don't even have the right equipment to fix them up. I didn't like that. So I felt like the only way I'm gonna get a boot if I take him to another emergency room. The whole thing about that is I'm gonna sit all these hours I sat for them to figure out. Even if I bring my paperwork saying I just went to this hospital, they didn't have the paperwork. They want to do their own. They want to give him another X-ray. They want to make, you know what I'm saying? Got to be documented up under them that his toe is actually broke. That I didn't. Point blank. Period. Right. So if I bring y'all the paperwork, y'all know how y'all paperworks look. Y'all know the paperwork be similar. I didn't want to sit again. I had already been in that forever. I did not want to resit for a boot that this hospital right here should have had. Yeah, she was so mean. She was so girl. She didn't want him touching nothing. She didn't want him doing that. She just wanted him to just be. She like, okay, let me check your blood pressure now. So as she checking that, he's playing a game, so he's moving. She like, no, we're gonna have to put that down. We're gonna have to because I'm not about to constantly do this blood pressure. Okay. Let's just all sit quietly. Let her get your vitals before we can go ahead and move on. I know that it's painful. That's what I keep asking him, like, is it hurting? I know it's painful because he still don't have nothing to secure it. You supposed to have something that secure that thing in place for it can heal properly. I feel like that can cause more problems because he don't have it right. He don't have it right. Then what they gonna do? Go into his toe and try to fix it? Now he needs surgery for something that could have been handled with a boot. My goodness, that's what I said. I don't even be knowing how to I got to get into my bag of anger for, you know what I'm saying? I promise you, it'd be so hard when you're peaceful. I got to jump into my bag and pull on. Listen, I got to go ahead and change my. Listen, I got to change my whole voice to deal with this. Like. I do have a children's hospital. See, remember, I was just going with my mama to go see my uncle. But I'm like, we could knock out one thing because that ain't my hospital I go to. So I go to a children's hospital. But since we was going to see my uncle anyway, and his toe is sore, it's hurt, I'm like, this can knock out two things at one time because we already at the hospital. That means later on, I won't have to redo this same thing. So I thought if I'm at this hospital with my mama, because I got to do that anyway. Remember, that's not my hospital. So I'm like, I never had been to this hospital for nothing like that. I got a whole kid hospital that I deal with. But since we right here, you like I understand, since we right here, let's knock this out. We can go and see my uncle and knock this toe thing right on out the park. And since my daughter says she coughing, I knocked that out too. She didn't have COVID or nothing like that. They said she got a regular cold. They went ahead and tested him too. So neither one of the kids had COVID. Nobody had COVID. Sent her butt right back to school. Baby, you got a cold. Now you got a doctor note to say you got a cold. So they can't put you out for it. Let's go. I was trying to knock it all out. They did not accommodate me. I was calling myself for a boot that everybody's saying that, well, you got to come see our pediatric I'm like, okay, that's fine. So when is your next appointment? They told me October 10th. Girl, that it wasn't. No, I didn't walk out with nothing. I walked out with a popsicle. They did not give him no crutches. They did not give him no boo. No. They gave him a note saying he fine to go to school as long as he not running. His broke toe would be okay. My baby went in there limping and walked back out limping. I'm like, this hospital horrible. Horrible. Which we horrible. You are fine, girl, horrible. That just had ruined my whole. It's horrible. So we already got the mean nurse, and then we got so the nurse and doctors that was in the back, they was actually real nice, real sweet, real. Wow, that's great. That was real nice to us, the ones that was in the back. They was real sweet people, but they didn't have what they still didn't have what they needed. So even though they was real nice, they was real cool. Yeah, I just ain't had her. Well, I'm in the emergency room department and they can't accommodate me with no shoe, with no boot, with no sand, with nothing. They did not give this boy nothing. Nothing. So even though they say, oh, it's toe broke, but it seemed like this why I think they said it seemed like it didn't happen Monday. So he'll actually be fine without that boot because we think this happened a couple of weeks ago. I'm glad they was polite. They were so nice. They were so sweet. All the people in the back, I can't say I had a bad experience in the back at all because everybody it was about 5 people. So it was a doctor, like a student doctor, then the head doctor and the nurse and administrative staff, and then the x-ray. So 5 different people back there. All of them was nice, which was crazy because the person they got representing them in the front, that person to make you leave their hospital. That person to make you leave a whole facility because they ain't right. And the person in the front, she ain't right at all. But everybody in the back was so kind. My birthday is on the 12th. So my birthday is on the 12th. I will be 35. I am so grateful to be 35. I'm so grateful to make it. My birthday is in 4 days. 4 days. It might be doing this. Last year on my birthday, I wore all white and I wore a trench coat. It was raining like crazy. I still wore my all white. I really did. Another thing I have to do today is I need to go see them people about my son's summer money because they did not give him his second check still. So I've been calling these people. I done sent them emails and they have not got back in touch with me. So I will be showing up because when you don't show up, sometimes you just 1293. You just a number. But when you show up, they have to go ahead and see you and come on with what's going on because it ain't no reason. Y'all should have sent one check after school and then send another check. Say hey, mama. Oh, okay. So that's what's happened with that.
Hello?
Mike, hey, how you doing?
Hello?
Hello?
So that
Hello?
is what? It's a light.
Mike, it's Nita.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I'm out here at 99. They say they can't give me nothing because this.
Where the lights from? So my birthday, yeah, it's September. So I'm going to see them. Yeah, September 12th, 1988. I was born. I told y'all I had made a whole song about for Mother's Day. Yes, 35. I'm super duper, super duper, super duper excited. So they did not give my son. That's why I say so much update. So much. I can't wait to come back. You see, I'm coming back. I'm coming back more than ever. I couldn't come back yesterday, but today. Okay, so they did not send my son a check. I hope it's so good. You know what? Because I feel so grateful just to be up, to be woke, to be alive. That's a great day. You know what I'm saying? To be around my children, that's a great day. To still have my mother and my father, that's a great day. I know I just even to be up and be around family and friends, that's a great day. You know what I know people, I gotta have this and that, baby. I gotta have some life and I gotta be able to move, and I'm gonna go have me some fun anywhere I go. Even if I have to have a hot dog. You know what I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to be. Mama, did you turn them lights off? Turn them lights off, Mama. Turn them lights off, Mama. You gonna run the car down? No, over there. Yeah, turn them lights off. I don't know why they. Yeah, what that's down? Good. Yeah, turn them lights off, girl. Turn them lights off. So yes, I'm grateful to be here. I am gonna still go get me a little buffet meal and eat my little hot out. But that's only that day. I'm not gonna do it after that day. I'm trying to get back in the mindset of going ahead and walking every day. I even walked today. I got up super early to walk today at 6 o'clock in the morning.
So when can you meet me?
I got 3,500 steps.